Andrea, I actually hear that you have another new song out already or coming out really soon.
So yeah, I'm very excited about Moving Target. That's the name of the
You
next
need to
single.
listen to that song, man. I'm telling you, it is beautiful.
Thank you.
I listened to her sing it whenever she was doing live shows before it was recorded, and I was like, "This song is sick, dude. It's such
Yeah.
a good song."
It was one that definitely when right after we wrote it, we were like, we have to cut that immediately.
How about an exclusive? Will Selena fans be treated with any more Selena originals from either of you?
I don't know, but if there's this,
No
I put out a
exclusive? No.
project. Yeah, if I put out a project again, maybe this will make the project because that would be a really dope bonus track.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too because I have, we're organizing the album right now, and I was like, do we put Si Una Vez?
Screw it.
We'll figure it
Yeah.
out.
You mentioned, talk to me about your background in music, from Colorado to Texas to singing at 8 years old.
Yeah, so I started really early. So my mother's a singer. My mother did mariachi and tejano for years. My cousin is a tejano artist named Ricardo Castellon from a group called La Diferencia. I have another cousin named Ana Roman who also was pretty big in the 90s. It was the very kind of hit 90s era of tejano music, which was really big. My family was really in on all that. And so I wouldn't say that I come from a quote unquote legacy family in Tejano, but the Castellon name in Tejano is pretty big in a sense of like the 90s and when things kind of happen and we're moving. But no, I started really early. My grandmother, my grandfather also sang. My mother was in trios. My mother was in, mariachis. My mother was in Tejano bands. My mom kind of did her thing. She was a background vocalist. She did Latin pop. She was in the church scene. I mean, I've just been around music for so long that for me, I started playing drums. I was playing keyboard. I moved to San Antonio really early when I was like 17 years old and started playing keyboard and all that for a cumbia band out there. And I moved by myself. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know the people I was moving with. I moved into the small ranch in Pearsall and I lived on the ranch for 3 years. And, I learned a lot. And then from there, I started hitting the radio scene. And then from there, it was kind of just playing with different bands to make my ends meet. And I was traveling and doing things with different bands, playing keyboards or drums or whatever it was. And then I started mentoring artists that were coming into the San Antonio scene, into the Tejano and country space. More Tejano than country, but there were a few here and there. And then I moved from that into kind of becoming my own art director. And I had been already kind of designing for different people. So I was working for like doing artwork and doing photography and doing design. And I started really early with that also. And I worked with groups like Grupo Intocable. I've worked with Solido. I worked with Signo. I've worked with Palominos. I did lyric videos for Ramon Ayala. I worked for, just so many. And then I came from that life into the Nashville space to accept a job offer that I had with Universal Music Group in Nashville. And so I worked with them as the manager of digital media and technology. So I handled like designed box sets for Carrie Underwood, did, online website work for like Casey Musgraves, and there was a lot of different things that I did. That now it was kind of like I want to start focusing more on my music career, and how I can push the Latinos in Nashville, and what better way to do that than do a Selena single, which is my heart, my soul, my heritage, where I come from, and then do it with someone whose heart is set in country. And it was just kind of like it just worked, and her and I, we get along great. I mean, every time we're together, we laugh constantly. It's like the best moment ever. So it couldn't have been a better situation for me to have put myself in. And it was just an honor to have done it with this one right here because she's the best.
We love each other.
Yeah, literally.
Wow, that's nice. That's nice. And that chemistry that you have, like they say, off screen continues on screen too, like when you're singing together and you can tell. Yeah. But you know what, Jimencio? Look, I had questions for you, and now you just answered all of them.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was going to ask you about Grupo Intocable. I was going to ask you about your digital marketing. I was going to ask you about art.
Ask away.
Ask away. I can tell you it's good. It's good.
No, I can tell you, before I moved to Nashville, I was working with Grupo Intocable, and I worked with them for 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
And I worked alongside another gentleman that was working there. Him and I kind of did marketing. I became kind of the director of marketing in a sense that I kind of handled a lot of the movement when it came to certain things. Not everything, obviously. Oscar and the team have their heads completely filled in what they're doing. And you know, Ricky and all the guys, they know what they're doing. And you know, even like with Rene, like everybody has their own style on what they do. And my job was just kind of putting together stuff for Good Eye and Good Eye Music, which is Intocable's label. At the time when I started, they had like 4 or 5 artists under the label. So I was kind of doing artwork and design and doing, you know, strategies for all of them. And then when it came to Intocable, there was just a lot of, it was more hands-on with Intocable than any other group that was on the label, obviously. And yeah, no, I had the time of my life working with them. I mean, I love and respect Intocable more than you guys could know, you know what I mean? But I still do consider them part of my family, and you know, just will always be like that.
Jimencio, you sing primarily in Spanish. Is there any desire or a dream to sing in English?
It's probably just be Spanish for me. If I do an English song, it'll be a collaboration with somebody. I don't know that I have a passion to sing in English. Ever since I was younger, you know, my lifestyle, my heart and my pride and my, you know, just who I am internally and my soul, just, you know, the way God speaks to me is through Latin music and Spanish speaking music. And I just feel more, I tend to gravitate more towards that because I understand it a lot more, and it becomes fluid for me, and it just becomes very organic, and it's just who I am.
I do feel that. I have a cousin, Sofia Elena, who she's a Latin singer, and she's tried to do like a poppy project, and it just didn't hit in her heart the way she wanted it to. She's like, she just felt not true to herself. So it's always been Latin music for her. So I totally get that. Yeah.
I mean, if we're in Nashville and we do like events and stuff, I'll do like occasionally one cover song maybe in English, but it's not something that I am like super passionate about.
Well, I love that perspective. You know, that's a beautiful way you put it. I can tell that you're a singer because of the way that you worded that. You know, you don't have your passion, and why are you going to go into that direction if there's no passion there? I love that. That's really beautiful.
Te di todo mi amor y más, y tú no reconoces ni lo que es amar.
Me puse dispuesta a tus pies y tan solo con desprecio me has pagado, pero